You know, the scripture tells us in Ecclesiastes, the third chapter, that it's a time for everything. When I seen this video that I'm about to play and react to, first thing coming to my mind was this wasn't the time. And it also wasn't the place. See, this what white people seem not to get and seem not to understand. And I'm gonna be the one to tell you. Nobody probably gonna tell you, but I'm gonna be the one to tell you. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna break the news to you in case you didn't know. Majority of black people are raised to hate you. Raised to feel as though you're holding them back. Raised to feel as, to sum it up, you are their enemy. This is how they're raised. This is how they're breeded. This is the seed that are planted in most, not all. Because of course in my household, that wasn't a thing. My father was a preacher. My mom was and still is a saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Spirit woman of God. And we grew up in this household of love. It wasn't never, some people ain't gonna be for you, some people gonna be for you. And it's not gonna be a race thing, it's gonna be a spiritual thing. Some people just not gonna align with you spiritually. And if they don't, they'll come against you. You pray for them, keep it moving, wish them well. That's how I was raised. I never once was told by my mother and father that the white man is holding you back, that life gonna be harder because the white man. And let's be honest, my parents were baby boomers. They came up in a time where things was just getting out of Jim Crow. Things may have been a little rocky for them, but I never heard those stories from them. Because since my inception, which was 1988, they had already been saved and sanctified in the early 80s before I even was here. So whatever they had or whatever they went through, that died with their flesh when they gave their life to God. I digress. Hope y'all caught a message right there. But this is how most black people are raised. So that's why I say this, not only wasn't this the time, this wasn't the place. Because this was Tennessee State University, which is a HBCU. And if you don't know what that is, that's a historical black college and university, which is 99% black. If they do have white people there, they probably foreign exchange students. But I don't know. I've been on those campuses having fun. I have family members who've been to those campuses for higher education. I've never seen a white person, but for me to say that there's no white people, that would kind of be crazy because I don't know. I never attended one for it. It's like actually going there for class, right? But that's beside the point. This wasn't the time or place. And ever since the fallen Messiah, aka Barack Obama, was in the White House, race relations heightened. Racism in this country heightened, and not from the white man, from the black man. Because instead of Barack Obama going in the White House and saying, hey, look, I'm half black, my wife is fully black, we kept our family together, I wasn't a baby daddy, she wasn't a baby mama, we got our education at Ivy League schools, we did everything right, and look where it led us, to be in the White House. That's not what they did. They took that opportunity to be perpetual victims. They took that opportunity to show the world how they have a PhD in victimology. They took that opportunity in 8 years to show the world, the Black America part of the world, how they got gold medals in the Victim Olympics. Not only did they invites people such as Al Sharpton and all of these black leaders who are openly racist. They invited BLM, Black Lives Matter organization, to the White House. Yeah, you heard me right. They invited the Black Lives Matter CEO and founders and the whole little movement at that moment to the White House. Because that's really when Black Lives Matter started, amid the Trayvon Martin situation, which was again, wasn't a white person who killed Trayvon, but I digress. Let's say Trump we just gonna do that, or any white Republican, but Trump is in office now. Let's say he bring the KKK to the White House, or any white supremacist group to the White House, because that's what Black Lives Matter is, a black supremacist group who is anti-God, anti-nuclear family, a Marxist organization. And this was all on their website, everything that I just said. These people are socialists, communists, Marxists, right? And Obama invited them to the White House. So that's Obama's, the country always was going to be what it was, after the civil rights movement, which in my opinion was one of the biggest mistakes. Go look at my videos on why I say that. And just to give a little small piece of why I say that, you never force yourself on nobody. Because if you do that, it's just not going to be genuine, organic. You let things come together naturally. You're not going to get me to believe that white people and black people wouldn't eventually got things figured out. Not to mention, we were doing fine. Do not let these liberal scholastic institutions lie to you. Do not let your mom lie to you. Go look, do your own research. We were doing fine. Better than we are now. We owned more businesses. It was almost zero to broken homes. It wasn't no such thing as having children out of wedlock. We went and got our education and came back to our neighborhood and helped each other and built our neighborhood, started businesses. We didn't go move by the white man soon as we got a degree that hate us so much, allegedly, right? We were doing amazing. Don't let nobody lie to you. Listen to somebody who, like me, who's a historian, who have did the research on these things and held that time to the light versus this time, and black people were doing fine. And by the way, it was no such thing as black on black crime. It was no such thing as black gangsters. Gangsters were for white people. Machine Gun Kelly, John Dillinger, Al Capone. If you go look at two movies, which was true stories, whether it be The Escape from Alcatraz or whether it be Shawshank Redemption, you didn't see any black people in there. As a matter of fact, I believe Morgan Freeman and maybe two other inmates were black in Shawshank Redemption. And if you go look at Escape from Alcatraz, it was probably a couple blacks. Black people wasn't committing crime then because they were being raised in two-parent homes. They knew that it was a tough time. It was Jim Crow. And they knew they had to stick together and help each other out. They wasn't trying to compete. All black people do now is compete with their own because they can't compete with no other group. Even these people who are coming here from foreign countries, black people born here can't even compete with them because they not coming here complaining about no white man. They coming here getting to it. I done seen it, witnessed it with my own two eyes. I'll never forget, man. I want to say about 7 years ago, they had some Indians moved out here, 3 of them. And I met them because I used to go to the store that they worked there. It was right down the street from my house. I used to go there a lot. They didn't have a vehicle. I did. And I would take them wherever they needed to go. Of course, they would pay me. And they was all staying in the same apartment. I did everything for them. I was basically their guide. When they whatever they wanted to do, they said they didn't want to get in a relationship. It would be time where they just wanted some women just to anything they needed. I made sure they had it, and they compensated me well. But these 3 Indians stayed in the apartment together. They were young, didn't have no children, no baby daddies, and they saved their money. Guess what? Right now, I never forget. I watched them. It's not like nobody told me. I watched them. One of them saved his money first, moved to LA, and bought him an 18-wheeler. Bought him an 18-wheeler. And the other two followed suit. All of them now is in LA doing, and I watched these dudes come up from nothing, staying in hotels, the rooms to rent. Now they in LA. All of them own 18-wheelers. Matter of fact, the first one, I think he owned two of them. But I don't know if that was for one of his people that came from India too, but these dudes got 18, they own 18-wheelers. They not making nothing under $10,000 a month. I watched them. So they don't come here with this victim mindset like the blacks that are born here have. The white man holding me back. They in college crying victim. But I don't want to go too far. I want to stay on topic of why I made this video, right? So going back to my initial thing of this, I looked at this and I said this wasn't the place or the time. So why wasn't the time, Vernon? Well, we still dealing with, and this is what they were attempting to do. They have the thing called the Fearless Tour, and they attempted to basically go in the footsteps of Charlie Kirk, the great Charlie Kirk, and do these on-campus debates. Now, again, this is for the good. But the reason why I say it's not the time, because the Charlie Kirk thing is only 2 weeks away. 2 weeks past. And believe it or not, people are still affected by that on both sides. Right? People on both sides of that spectrum, the people who, like me, who supported Charlie Kirk, loved what he did, enjoyed what he did, was thankful for what he did. And then you got the people on the other side who was hating him, jealous of him, calling him name, racism, all that. These two people are still hot. Right? These two people are still hot. So that's why I say it wasn't the time. But I'm gonna dig into that, but let me stick on this real quick. See, I'm gonna show you about black people, man. Black people are a mess, bro. And if we don't correct ourselves, but I'm going to show you something. Listen, that situation with Charlie Kirk, and I said this, I made, I think 2 or 3 videos about that, and I let it go. But I'm going to let you know something. That Charlie Kirk situation was going to be a time in history that's going to go down as one of the pivotal times that moved the needle to, in my opinion, what's inevitably going to happen. Right? But let me go back to the timing of this. See, black people, all they had to do was go find him a seat. I would suggest a corner because they can't talk about nobody. They can't talk about nobody. You niggas is dying every single day. Your children are dying by the hands of other people who look just like them every single day in a hood near you. They ain't have no business speaking on this, man. They shouldn't be speaking on nothing. Black people ain't got no business speaking on nothing. Black people need to be in a corner somewhere with their nose in the corner, hoping nobody don't tap them on the shoulder and say, we ready for you to speak. Until they get their communities together. But because black people are overly emotional and most of them are racist and hate white people, as I said in the beginning of this video, because this is how they're raised, this is how they're taught, this is what they taught at their schools now. It's so serious at these schools now, where the white children are going to these liberal colleges, scholastic institutions, coming home saying, hey, mom, you're racist. Hey, dad, you're racist. Telling this to their own parents. Because they have been fed this CRT and you're the oppressor because you're white and the black. So now, like I say, it's already taught to the majority of black in their household. They mamas, they grandparents, tell them as a child, you're gonna have to work harder because you black. White people gonna hold you back. Which is all lies. It's nothing in this great country. I can't speak about other countries. It's nothing in this great country that a black person can't do. I mean, that a white person can do that a black person can't. And I'm talking about a black person that's not convicted felon. Now, I'll say this. This is what I will say. A black convicted felon and a white convicted felon, the white person may do better. You know why? His people gonna give him a chance. His people gonna give him a chance and say, you know what? Maybe he made a mistake. Maybe he made a couple mistakes. But he's out now. I'm gonna give him an opportunity to better himself. Not black people. No, indeed. Not black people. Man, that dude, man, you know how he is, bro. He just got out, bro. You know man, I ain't fooling with him, bro. Bro. I ain't giving him no opportunity, bro. He just got out. Black people are the most judgmental, evil, wicked people on this planet. I know them. You can't fool me. I'm black. See, you can't fool me. You can fool the liberal whites. You can fool some white people, but you can't fool me. I don't know my flowers, but I know black people. And y'all know black people. Y'all just don't want to say it. And y'all don't want nobody to say it aloud, but I will. All of these celebrities, these rappers, these athletes, go do your research. Go do your research. Their whole team, from their publicist, their agent, all of these people in their camp, guess what color they is? White or Jewish. It's not a coincidence. That's not a coincidence. Black people know how cutthroat black people is. Black people know. They just don't want nobody to say it out loud. They know. But I'm going to say it out loud. So anytime in America where a white person is able to do better than a black person is only because that white person is given a shot by another white person. Black people not going to do it. Man, I ain't about to hide. I ain't about to look out for her and she messed my name up. Man, I ain't about to look out for him. He ain't about to blow my... Man, he just got out of jail. Black people not forgiving like white people. And I tell people this all the time. They can listen to me. They can lie. They can say what they want. Everybody that ever helped me in my situation, because I went to prison. When I came home, the only people who ever gave me a second chance and gave me an opportunity was the white man. I never forget when I first got out, bro. It's a crazy story. I got some people in my hometown that I'm related to, and they got a little musician out there, and they try to get me in a situation where I could work for the city. And I went there in front of a black man, told this black man my story about what my situation was. I was just getting out, trying to do the right thing. And you know how Negroes is, man. He got him a little position. He got his chest poked out, and I don't know if I should give, and didn't give me an opportunity. And I wasn't mad at him about it because, again, I look at it like this. Yeah, I'm a realist. You know what I'm saying? If you're a convicted felon, I do feel, as a convicted felon myself, I feel like you should get a second chance. I do feel that way. But I also understand where people coming from when they not a convicted felon. They've been on this planet for years, never did nothing wrong, and if they did, they didn't get caught. Why should they put their neck on the line for you? They didn't mess up. They did right. Why you didn't do right? So I see it from both lenses. I'm one of those people. I'm a realist. I look at things for what they is, not for what I want them to be, or what I look at things for what they is. Any company that I ever tried to apply for that didn't apply to me because I was a victim, I didn't get upset about that. I didn't get upset about that because it's like, hey, listen, you made this, whether it was one time, hey, it happened. And the charge I got was I was 17 years old. I'm 37 now. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is this: hey, you did that. And these people don't want to hire you for their staff, and they rather hire somebody who didn't ever get convicted of a felony. Hey, you got to respect that. It ain't because you black. It ain't because of none of that. You had every opportunity in your life. You had a two-parent household. You had every opportunity to do whatever you wanted to be in life. You chose to do other things. It got you in a bad situation. You did your time. You came home. God gonna work it out for you, and God has worked it out for me. But I'm just saying, going back to my original subject, is nothing a white man can do in this country that a black man can't. But this is what they're told. But right now, going on a campus doing this, from first glance, even talking with some of my friends, was like, no, this ain't the best time to do that. And then, after days passed by, I thought about it. I said, you know what? Why isn't? Because if it had been a situation where they had some black people and said, you know what? We're going to go to some PWIs and debate them. Even though you're going to be loud and wrong, but let's just do it anyway. And when they would have went to that camp, they'd have got treated like this by a mob of white people. Oh my God, Roland Martin, Rashad Ritchie, Joy Reid, they'd have been crying on TikTok, hollering at the phone, going crazy. This is America. And the First Amendment says that we can say what we want. Yes, it may have consequences, but we can say what we want. And they went to a public college in a public area to debate. And thank God that these campus police was around, because these children might have would have did something to these white men. Because again, they're angry. They're on the side of Charlie Kirk haters. And again, I gotta say this 100 times. Black people ain't have to say nothing. A white man killed Charlie Kirk. Black people should have just ain't saying, but they just had to say something. Because they hate white people for the most part. Because this is how they're trained. I know Negroes. I know some dude, bro, who never been in the back of a police car. I'm talking about that's how that song 21 Savage got a song he made a long time ago. He say, "You not a gangster, you a good dude." I'm talking about some good dudes. Dudes ain't never been in the back of a police car, been to college and all this, and yet they still perpetual victims. They have PhDs in victimology. They have gold medals with diamonds on it from the Victim Olympics. Why? Because this is how they were raised. Why? Because this is how majority of black people raised. And it rolls over to the next generation. Now, this is a college. So these children are from the ages of 17, 16, because you can go to college at 16 if you graduate early. So these children range from the ages of 16 to 26. 10 year span. And they all hate white people. And like I say, right now, after the Charlie Kirk situation, the hate has been heightened. Why they treating that white boy like he a king? Why they doing it? He ain't nobody. Yes, he was somebody. And he's more than most people of all colors gonna be. He did more in 30 years than the average person do in 2-3 lifetimes. And that's another reason why he's hated. But I digress. So I'm going to play this video without further ado, how these white men were treated when they went on a campus to peacefully debate. And even after this situation they going through, again, they were able to keep their composure. Because again, black people, they have a very low emotional IQ. They can't control their emotions. Most of them can't. But these white boys politely walked off the campus. Without further ado, let's play the video. And you can see the young lady on the left side of the screen with the braid. Her right here holding the phone up. Look how angry these people are. But if you call them a monkey or an animal, they'll be ready to cry and cut up and just go off. They'll go crazy. They'll go crazy. But look how they're acting. These people are acting like a herd of animals. The dude is a dude. I'm gonna let my boy close with his message. And he said, when I heard him say it, I had already said it before he said it, but I hadn't put it on wax yet, so he get it. But I said I didn't actually. I was looking for the word. Matter of fact, I said Jurassic Park. That's what I said. But the word he said, that's the word I was really looking for. He said it's almost like this man is on Jumanji running from animals. These people are animals. Look at them. You would think this white boy went on a you would think these white men went on over their campus saying, hey, I want to fight one of you black person. You black women need to top that weed. You'd have thought he went on that campus and was evil. All these white boys did was go on there, set up they stand. They didn't even get to start the debate. Just them with a MAGA hat on because they've been trained that Trump is racist. When Trump gave HBCUs college, when Trump invited an HBCU, Mississippi Valley State, to perform at his inauguration, never ever been done before. No HBCU, not even the beloved fallen Messiah Obama, has never invited an HBCU to perform at neither one of his inaugurations or nothing. But Donald Trump did at the beginning of this year for his inauguration. Again, they invited Mississippi Valley State, and I actually made a video about that on my channel, on my network. But yet, these children are brainwashed to believe that Donald Trump is racist and any white boy who supports Donald Trump is racist. But y'all, you got your nerves to come on this campus and call yourself being a remake of Charlie Kirk or doing to carry on his movement of debating college students, or we gonna mob you. And again, if those police wasn't surrounding these white boys, I'm sure somebody would have snuck these white boys and put their hands on them. I'm almost positive because they violent. They love to fight. They love to fight and kill. This is black culture, death, destruction, and damnation. Let's continue. Look at this. Animals. Now you see, say that because believe you me, that those white boys are pro 2A type of white boys, such as myself. But guess what? Let's say they were just went on here and said they stand up, and instead of getting escorted off by all of these cops, they said, you know what, we're gonna stand our ground, and somebody attacked them, and then I don't know if Tennessee has a stand your ground law, but now, if they do, this white boy exercised his pro 2A right. And then now we doing another Trayvon Martin situation. Because see, I know a lot of y'all don't know this because y'all was lied to. We're going to do a little research. Trayvon Martin had broke that dude's nose, was beating the brakes off of him. Yeah, he was wrong for following Trayvon Martin. Yes, absolutely. The cops told him not to follow him, but he was a neighborhood watch. That was his, they had a lot of burglaries at that time, and, he was trying to call himself being Captain Save a neighborhood or whatever. And he, went after Trayvon. Trayvon was not tiptoeing through the tulip, this little cute little boy. That's not who he was. A picture that they showed most of y'all dummies was an old picture. The new picture, that when he died, he had a grill in his mouth. He was kicked out of school for marijuana. This dude was a 17-year-old black man, and guess what? Guess who else was a 17-year-old black man before? Me. I know what type of time he was on. And he broke that dude's nose. And when that man made it to the police department for questioning, all the back of his head was bloody because he was when he broke his nose, he was on top of him, wailing it, beating that dude to death, Trayvon Martin. And he shot him because it's a such thing in Florida called stand your ground. Right? But y'all don't know that because y'all don't believe. Y'all think he was walking tiptoeing through the Tula with a can of Arizona and a bottle of and a bag of Skittles, and some evil guy just shot it because he was a black boy with a hoodie on. Yeah, okay. But anyway, if this guy here with the Great America hat on, because I'm sure they strapped. Maybe you don't see it, but I'm sure they strapped because they know when they going in the jungle that they have lions, tigers, and bears, and you must be strapped. So let's just say those cops wouldn't have surrounded them. They would have set up their stand. Somebody would have mobbed them, and they would have killed one of them if they got stand your ground laws in Memphis and beat the charges. Then guess what? Y'all have been rioting and tearing up everything like y'all do. Because y'all brainwashed, dumbed down, and demoralized most of you Negroes. And y'all programmed to the point of no return. But I digress. Let's continue. Embarrassing. And this is why, see, I don't have children. And I understand that we've all went through that following stage. I understand that. But by the time you're 18 and you're made into college, you should be them broke out of that stage. Now, I do understand. It's grown people. Majority of grown people today is followers. I get it. So, I mean, you know, but I wanted to stop this and say this one thing. When you raising your children, you gotta drill into them for 18 years the quality that you want them to the quality that you want them to use as an adult. And you gotta drill them in them so much for 8, because once they're 18, they can do what they want, whether they go to college or not, whether they still at home, whatever the situation is. Once they're 18, they make their own decision. You don't no more. So for 18 years, you got to be drilling in the things you want to live in them, the seeds you want to grow in them, the voices you want to be in their head when they come against something that's not that, they can hear your voice override that. Man, mama taught me not to be a follower. Daddy taught me not to be no follower. And I'm saying that because you see some of these students in this video, they just following along like some drones. They don't know what's going on. They probably don't know enough to oppose it. They might even say that they might even do oppose it. They might even, man, this dude tripping, man. They tripping, man. Let the people talk. They might actually say, yeah, man, Trump ain't a bad person. He just donated $500 billion to our college. Not that one college, but HBCU as a whole. Let's see what he got to say. But they wasn't going to stand up. I'm always teach my son, stand up against whoever, my daughter. If you right, and I'm going to be right behind you, me and my bank. Stand up to whatever. If you wrong, we'll take care of that. But if you right, you stand tall with your chest out or your breasts out. You stand tall. But they not teaching their children that today. Majority of these children today, especially in our community, they've been raised by a single parent. And the only person that's raising them is tablets, PlayStation 5s, and NBA Youngboy. So they just follow. They do what everybody else do. They go along and get along. They don't want to be outcasts. They don't want to be the misfit. So they just do what everybody else do. And that's extra lame. Right? But I digress. Let's finish. And shout out to those campus police. I want to shout out to them, man, for being professional and keeping the main thing. Shout out to them. Shout out to Tennessee State University on-campus police. Shout out to them boys, man. There's also a social experience. He's not going to say everything. Because see, you know the white boy not talking. He letting the video do the talking. So there's also a social experiment. These are the people that's about to be in our world running things. These are the people that's about to be in the world making laws. These are the future. This is the future. I want America to see. Look, America, this is what he also doing. He's not going to say it, but this is also what he's doing. He's performing a social experiment showing why the black man and the black woman get a bad rap, even if they not like that. I'm not like that, but I got dreads and tattoos. I get put in a boat with these animals. And that's why I got the last breath of my body, I'm going to call them out for what they is. A bunch of losers and idiots that was raised by losers and idiots. And I don't care what their parents got. I don't care who their parents are. You raise your children to be victims. You're a victim. You teach your children to hate white people. You teach your children that they can't do what white people do, that they gonna have to work harder to be like the white people. You are a loser and a clown. And I'm gonna call y'all out every chance I get, because I gotta let it be known that y'all are cancer to this country. Y'all divide this country. Y'all are the problem in this country. And the white liberal, you are a scumbag. You are the lowest of the low. But this video ain't about you, but I want to make sure I throw you in there too. This is the two cancers of America. The victim-minded, hateful black person and the liberal white person. But I digress. Let's continue. Very black, very tired of this. Did you hear that? Did you guys hear that? But guess what? Let NBA Youngboy come on campus. Let Lil Durk come on campus. Right? She said very black and very... Let one of these rappers who talk about murdering each other celebrate when the murder happens. Disrespecting the same black women. Let them come on campus. See that corn over there? Y'all see that corn over there where the sun ain't really shining? They'll suck their dick in that area. They'll let one of them bust them up and they friend all at the same damn time in broad daylight right there in the corner and put it on Twitter or OnlyFans. Telling you, man, she's not tired of the very black, but she's not very black and very tired of the murder that goes on every single day in a hood near you. As a matter of fact, in that state of Tennessee, Memphis, what's the other one? Nashville, Knoxville, high murder rates. She's not tired of that. She's not tired that the black woman is number one in STDs. She's not black and tired of that. She's not black and tired of the black woman leading the nation in killing the baby in the womb, abortion. She's not black and tired of that. She's black and tired of a white boy coming on campus to debate issues. And what I like about a debate, people look at debates like they're a bad thing, but what I like about debate is it's two people or a group of two people sharing ideas and the truth comes to the surface. The truth comes to the light. Everybody walk away knowing the truth. Whether they want to accept it or not, the truth will be told. So I love a good debate. I like watching them. I like participating in them, because the truth gonna always win. Emotions are never going to win. They may look like they're gonna win when you loud, but the truth is always going to come to the surface. But again, he's the problem, not these rappers. She would love for them to come on campus. But what she's sick and tired of, very black and very tired of, again, a white boy coming to this debate. I digress. Now you see him? See the guy that they just showed? Young black man, handsome young black man, living his dream. He in college. I'm sure he messing with a lot of women. He's at one of the best times in his life right now. He ain't really got that much worries. All he gotta do is go to class, and he seemed like he not even with the foolishness. He just want to be there just to cut up and just to have fun. But he gonna go along with the rest of them because he don't want to be. But you can clearly see he's not. You know what I'm saying? He might have was raised in a 2-parent household. But I digress. Let's continue. And I'm going to end this video with a word from one of my sisters and one of my brothers. Before I get to them, I want to go back to my original thing that I said, that when I first seen this, I feel like this wasn't the time or the place, and I rescind that. I take that back. This is the time, and any place is the place. This is America. This is not no third world country where we can't go certain places. So this definitely is the place, especially a place like this with a bunch of brainwashed drones. Number one. And of course, this is the time. This ain't the time to go in no shit. Yeah, like I say, tensions high on both sides. And even these young white gentlemen, they might have that. Well, not might. They do probably have that chip on their shoulder about what happened to Charlie. And again, I'm gonna say this again and again and again. They might have, because they not these white boys not, no, they human beings too. They got flesh too. Okay, y'all black people doing all this on the websites, on social media about Charlie Kirk's death, celebrating his death. We're going to go to y'all campus and make y'all look stupid, because that's all Charlie Kirk did. Because this dude, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a pretty good debater. I've seen some of the debaters Candace on, but he was so good, bro. Like, he was good. Like, he was impossible to beat him, because number one, his foundation was the word of God, and number two, he was always true. He was always speaking true. And again, truth gonna always win, because truth is not subjective; it's objective, right? So you dig? He was just cold with it. So they watching this, these young white boys, these young lion-hearted white boys. Yeah, we gonna go on their campus and do it. Then that's where we going. Straight up, we going everywhere with it. And we gonna stop at their campus, because we ain't scared. They ain't scared. You know what I'm saying? You know we talk about the white, we talk about the white liberal and how they not scared to pull a trigger. The white conservative, man, I love them. I respect them, and I got the utmost respect for them, because they not scared. They not scared when it come to that truth. They not scared. As you see, the king of the conservative movement is Trump, the president. He ain't scared. That's why I love him. He ain't scared. You heard me? But anyways, man, like I said, bro. So again, black people didn't have to say nothing. Situation had with Charlie Kirk, if you supported him like me, you could say something, woo-de-woo-de-woo. But for the people who didn't like him, you could have kept that to yourself, black people. But you again put a target on your back. And go back to my other video that I had just released dealing with that Charlie Kirk situation. Black people, all negative is coming back to you for the things you said about Charlie Kirk. And you can't talk, and you shouldn't be talking, and you should be afraid to say something about Charlie Kirk, the way y'all dying and killing each other every day. But that's all I gotta say. Your boy Vernon Guillen checking out. And this video, I'm gonna close with my brother and my sister with a word from them. I'm out, man. Y'all be blessed.
Are you serious? So now other people can't have opinions? All we did was set up a table. The fact that y'all were holding up those Black Lives Matter signs lets me further know who's influencing that campus. We all know that Black lives only matter when a white person commits a crime against a Black person, but not when we commit a crime against ourselves. Honestly, I'm disappointed that so many grown folks are making videos encouraging these young Black people to treat other people the way they don't want to be treated. Y'all cry and play the victim for every little thing. Y'all always shouting out discrimination, racism, segregation. You feel uncomfortable in the environment that you're in. You're oppressed. You're this, you're that. However, everything y'all spew about everybody else, y'all doing it to everybody else. And once again, selective outrage.
I just watched the video of the MAGA supporters that went out to that black college to debate, and I'm not surprised at all at the outcome. I'm not. If anything, I'm surprised them boys made it out with their lives. When I was watching the video, I felt like I was watching an episode of Jumanji, goddammit. I felt like I was watching a scene where a man was walking through the jungle and he was confronted by a mob of angry monkeys. That shit don't make no damn sense. And a lot of y'all ass cheering that shit on. I'm looking through the comment section down there finna throw up. Y'all wild as hell. And then y'all got the nerve to still to this day y'all say Charlie Kirk was racist and didn't want to lose his debates to a black student, and that's why he didn't have his debates at a black college. Nah, we go thumbs down that one. That same shit that the MAGA supporters dealt with when they went out there, Charlie didn't want to deal with that. Now one of them students, they ain't want to debate. They came out there to yell. They came out there to scream, get in people's faces, overtalk them, yell Black Lives Matter, where's our reparation? Ain't nobody come out there to have a debate. They want to throw their middle fingers up in the goddamn camera. They just want to come out there and be aggressive and violent. That's it, that's all. Stop calling folks racist because they pointing out your nigga behavior. That's crazy as hell. Y'all do all this ignorant shit out loud, and then when y'all called out, you get upset. Come on now, make the shit make sense. And again, be mad. Call me a raccoon. I really don't give a damn. I'll wear that shit like a crown. As long as don't nobody put their hands on me, we all cool.
Facts. Facts, gangster. I'm out of here.